Hi guys, welcome to Counterpoints. My name is Connor, and today we're going to be breaking down the cinematics from Warhammer 40k Supremacy and Warhammer 40k Lost Crusade, and I'm going to explain the insane lore from the Warzone Vigilus. This is going to be lore heavy, but I do promise you some phenomenal violence as well. This episode is brought to you by Mastermind Models and Miniatures. They are a phenomenal paint studio out of Huntsville, Alabama, who are waiting for your commission idea. You know darn well that you're just going to spend another fortune on plastic gray kits that are just going to sit there in your pile of shame, and it will take years to get them on the battlefield. Instead of procrastinating, let Mastermind Models and Miniatures bring your imagination to life. Go to the link down in the description below and tell them that we sent you.
New command. Vigilus. Day 1. I deploy our 1st regiment. Morale is high, but could always improve. Day 7. We join forces with the Adeptus Astartes. Day 12. Together, we drive back the heretics in the north. Day 13. The strength of our forces has attracted some unwanted attention. Day 15. I sacrificed 21 regiments in a diversion attack. Day 17.
In our opening, we have Imperial Guardsmen taking on a small detachment of Chaos Space Marines from the Black Legion. The Imperial Guard are, of course, the untold trillions of mortal souls who serve the Imperium's army, going toe-to-toe with unspeakable horrors with nothing but grit, groin, and a lasgun. The Black Legion are the Chaos Space Marines of various warbands who have struck their colors and who now serve Abaddon the Despoiler, the champion of Chaos. Ultramarines reinforced to help take out the Chaos Space Marines, and for darn good reason. Vigilus is one of the most important planets in the Imperium. When Cadia was destroyed, the Eye of Terror, a rip in real space to the warp, slashed open across the galaxy in what is now known as the Great Rift. Billions went insane, were possessed by demons, and whole worlds were swallowed into the immaterium. Now, Chaos forces can emerge from the warp across the entire spine of the galaxy. Conversely, for the Imperium, travel between two halves of the galaxy are nearly cut off. That is except in a few key places, one of them being the Nockmoon Gauntlet. The Nockmoon Gauntlet is made of just 3 planets with heavy deposits of blackstone that repel the warp storms swirling around them. On the galactic south side is Sangua Terra. In the middle is the night world of Darovar. On the north side, a beachhead into the Imperium Nihilus, is the War, Sentinel, and Hive planet of Vigilus. Vigilus was already an important planet before the Great Rift. Its few areas with decent soil were foundations upon which massive hive cities were built. Imperial nobility, the Mechanicus, and the Ecclesiarchy all created bastions of power fighting over control of the planet's massive population and industrial output. Outside of these hive cities, though, are barren ash wastes, so hydrophagic that they will desiccate a corpse within hours and dehydrate the living into an early grave if their skin is left unprotected. Hive cities are separated by massive deserts, leading to each hive competing with others for status, clout, technology, and influence. What ended up uniting the planet was the threat of the Great Rift and threats from without and within. Vigilus was attacked by an orc speedwa under the Lord Kruldaka. Orcs, of course, a fungus-based bioweapon that have devolved over the past 60 million years since their creation during the War in Heaven. Orcs can spawn on any planet, at which point they grow, congregate, build ramshackle vehicles and weapons, and spread their love of destruction via massive wahs. Speed freak orcs are ones who have become addicted to mechanized warfare. They love scrapping together war bikes, war trikes, dragsters, race cars, buggies, battle wagons, trucks, stolen Imperial tanks, and anything else they can find in order to race, scrap, and pillage in no particular order. Lord Kruldaka's Speedwa was already attacking various hives whose void shields blinked out, causing a massive problem for the Imperials. As if this wasn't enough, a gene-stealer cult had infected the lower hives of several cities under the name of the Cult of the Thirsting Worm. A wayward Space Wolf strike force, along with Mechanicus Skitarii legions, had to deal with both Xenos threats simultaneously, while the Guard and Ultramarines dealt with the Black Legion reconnaissance force. Understanding Vigilus's importance, Ultramarines were dispatched by Primarch and Lord Regent of the Imperium Guilliman to make sure that the planet did not fall. While the Black Legion reconnaissance force was destroyed, the mass deployment of Imperials invited yet more enemies. Orcs from the Snakebites, Evil Sons, and Death Skulls clans attacked en masse. The Ultramarines detachment fall in battle to the Orcs, with our hero Sergeant getting taken out by an Orc dragster.
Day 19. Our covert operations cripple the most powerful Orc faction, luring their own allies to turn against them. Day 30. Across Vigilus, our armies drive the enemy back. For the first time, men whispered of hope, even of victory. But I am certain, this was only the beginning.
Imperial Guard Special Forces, likely Scions, take out Snakebite's leadership, leading to Orc infighting. As much as Orcs love to fight Humies, they also love fighting amongst each other, and there are significant enough cultural differences between the clans of the Orcs for the Imperium to capitalize on. The Death Skulls are thieves and salvagers, as known to steal as they are to trade. Their stingy and thieving nature keeps them hated and distrusted by rival clans, who are as likely to shoot them on sight as they are to trade with them. The Evil Sons are the speed freaks of the Orc world, having a disproportionate amount of vehicles, drivers, warriors who love mechanized warfare, and mechanics to keep it all working. The Snakebites, the most numerous and powerful of the clans on the battle map, are as close to feral Orcs as you can get. Known for being barbaric and vicious, they keep venomous reptiles and arachnids as pets, with their rite of passage involving boys getting bit on purpose before sucking out the poison of a dangerous creature to prove their resilience. By taking out the Snakebite's leadership, the Imperium sent that clan into infighting, inviting the other clans to try to seize power. With the Orcs in disarray, the Imperial Guard are able to segregate and wipe out successive Orc pockets, leading to an Imperial victory. However, just as Imperial forces are about to catch their breath, more Black Legion arrive. Abaddon the Despoiler, equally understanding the importance of the Knockmoon Gauntlet, has dispatched one of his chief captains, Lord Harkin Worldclaimer, to take Vigilus in his name. With no rest for the weary, the Imperials have to make ready for a new fight with Chaos.
Galaxy is aflame. The shadow of damnation spreads across the stars. To repel this darkness, a mighty crusade is launched. The threat of chaos must be driven back. Uncountable enemies stand in their path, but the defenders of the Imperium do not stand alone. Guided by their unshakable faith in the Emperor, they will vanquish the storm. They will be the light that breaches the darkness. And they shall know no fear.
While Lost Crusade is not specifically set above the planet of Vigilus, it is actually the perfect backdrop for additional lore. The Knockmoon Gauntlet is choked with warships, merchant ships, and civilian ships at almost all times. Warships battle to keep the gauntlet open. Merchant ships bring much needed and incredibly valuable wares into Imperium Nihilus, at great risk to themselves, with the potential for great reward. Civilian ships flee the Dark Imperium, trying to make it back to the light of Terra before they are forever cut off from the rest of humanity and swallowed by Chaos. Both Chaos and Dark Eldar pirates have capitalized on this choke point, raiding, pillaging, plundering, and enslaving as they see fit, gorging themselves on the feast of vulnerable ships making their way through this choke point. The Ultramarines, charged with keeping the gauntlet open, must battle on the fields below, but also in the void above. We can see several Ultramarine strike cruisers taking on Chaos forces. Each cruiser is capable of carrying a company of Space Marines, and we see Thunderhawk transports, the workhorse of the Adeptus Astartes, flitting through the battle to disgorge their deadly payload. Once rammed into the enemy vessel, a dozen Primaris Ultramarines charge into the fray. From the helmet, we know that one of our Marines is a lieutenant due to his red and white stripes, and we know that he is an accomplished veteran as he wears the laurels of victory. These are fashioned on a Marine's helmet only after they are instrumental in a great Imperial victory. Our Ultramarines, stalwart heroes, may have bitten off more than they can chew, as several of them fall to Black Legion Chaos Space Marines, and our lieutenant is knocked to the ground, losing his helmet to a power axe slice. Luckily for him, a sister of battle, a Zephram jump pack warrior, dumps a salvo of bolt shells into the Chaos Space Marine's chest, buying him a reprieve. While both are almost slain, together they defeat the Chaos Champion, ready to face a new onslaught. Learning about Vigilus was awesome, and so I actually genuinely appreciate you guys constantly pushing me to learn new lore. If you want to support the channel, please remember to like the video, share it with your friends, ring the bell for new videos, and comment for the comment gods. Your viewership helps me in the algorithm and is appreciated. If you want to take your support a bit further, please become a YouTube member or support us at patreon.com/counterpoints. Check out the other videos on the channel, support our sponsors, and I'll catch you in the next one. Just announcing, I do have Counterpoint Star Wars and Counterpoint Sci-Fi launching. Check the links in the description. Bye for now.